All right, so we got every single tier of Psyker explained by an Australian. Let's go.
G'day guys and gal.
Hey,
Just like most
Majorkill.
things in life, there are levels. A low dose of Austrian is not the same level of enhancement as a mega dose of Tren. Punching someone in the shoulder is not the same level of assault as a double fly kick to the face. Being
true.
able to magically tell when someone is feeling sad is not the same level of psychic power as being able to turn a planet inside out because you accidentally sharted during an especially powerful sneeze. The point is, there are numerous tiers of Psykers, from people that don't even know they're a wizard to people who are literally gods in all but name, all of whom have their own share of advantages and disadvantages. After all, the more powerful the Psyker, the more demons want to puppet their flesh and devour their souls.
Oh, wow.
Before we get started, my personal trick to being healthy is by figuring out ways I can put in the absolute minimum amount of effort for the absolute maximum amount of results.
That's
and
crazy.
nothing helps human Psykers. However, we can try and slot in what tier the Eldar or Orcs would also fit into.
All right, here we go.
Let's get into it.
Let's go.
Every person.
We all having a good day? I mean, listen, I hope we are, you know? Like, I don't... Should I play the... Let's get into it!
Is rated on the psychic scale by a system called the assignment. Even non-psychers, as they are considered to be row
It
or
looks
pi.
can
I mean,
kill.
fuck, the scale actually goes below normal, with the Sigmar and Tau class being considered to be so devoid of psychic potential that they are often oblivious to it and have a degree of immunity from it. Going even deeper, beneath that is the Upsilon tier, which are people who are kind of like half blanks with various degrees of immunity to the warp. Before then we descend to the Omega class, blanks like Sisters of Silence. There's actually a level beneath Omega, saved for shit like high tier Calexis Assassins or the best of the Sisters of Silence. These anti-psyker tiers are called the negative psionic levels. Before we now get into the actually positive psionic tiers, how do they test for it? Do they draw blood? Do they stick a finger up the arse then sniff it? Although psychic talent can be detected through biology, it's more based on what is actually seen or said. A dude shooting lightning out of his dick hole and then getting railed by a demon
Oh, yo, what's going on? Hey, hold up, yo, hold up, yo, hold up, yo, pause the entire show. What's going on, bro? Yo, come on, man.
probably a Gamma or Beta class. Someone who wins 80% of coin flips on the other hand is closer to Omicron. Now, not to confuse everyone, there are a shitload of psyker tiers, with many of them being grouped into a similar level. For example, whilst Omicron represents latent psychic ability that will often go unnoticed for a person's entire lifetime, Z, Nu, Mu, Lambda, and Kappa class all exist and are pretty similar in terms of power. Omicron may be more lucky than a normal person, whilst the Kappa may be able to sense people's feelings in detail as a basic sort of mind reading, or they might be able to create a spark by flicking their fingers. So to keep it simple, I'll be grouping all these like subclasses and subtiers into the one class and tier, although I will mention the names of the other ones in case you ever encounter it in the lore and want something to reference it to. So without further fucking around, the first tier is the one I literally just talked about, represented by Omicron.
Yo, we just now getting into the yo, what? My goodness.
Psykers of this level will usually go their entire life without knowing that they are actually special, only really finding out if they are detected by another Psyker and then trained, or if they are put into a super high stressful situation, which then causes low level Psyker powers to materialize. This level of Psyker are never really hunted by the Sisters of Silence or Black Ships, as they pose no real threat to the Imperium and are super hard to detect. Although
Yo, she look like, who? She look like y'all know Charlotte from WWE? Oh man, I hope she don't look at that. Yo, Charlotte, if you ever look at this clip ever in your lifetime, just know this isn't a diss or nothing, yo. This is a compliment. She looks kind of compy. She look like she'll take your soul by just looking at you. So, yo, Charlotte, if you ever watch this is a compliment. Sorry, compliment.
though they can become sanctioned psychers, it's a bit of a cop-out as they can do fuck all to begin with. However, in saying that, they often make great inquisitorial candidates due to enhanced senses, intuition, and a greater capacity for willpower and mental fortitude. The next tier is where the term psyker actually becomes relevant, that being the Iota class. However, the Theta and Eta are also in this level of tier.
Eater? That's their name?
These are considered to be true psychers who can, with a bit of elbow grease, manifest psychic powers. Maybe no chain lightning out of the dick hole or being able to shart so hard that you can double jump, but still quite solid. The Imperium is actually a fan of the Iota class, as they are often very stable and easy to train and control. They also aren't too difficult to take out if they go rogue. Often there being no need for a blank or Sister of Silence, as if you just shoot them from two angles, the likelihood of them being able to double kind shield is pretty low. After that, we now have the Zeta tier, which ranges from Zeta to Epsilon. I would class this tier as the moderate Psyker tier. They have a natural affinity with their abilities, often able to tap into them prior to being found or trained, and their abilities can really fuck you up. It's not enough for them to go crazy or become a demonic fleshlight, but in fits of anger they can hurt and kill those around them, often leading to them being outcasted and becoming dangerous exiles, and rogues that become twisted not through the warp, but because of the cards life has dealt them. In these situations, a blank would ideally be called in to help come kill the rogue's Psyker, as this is the level where they can spam fireballs and shit. An example of Zeta to Epsilon class Psyker would be Patience Kiss, a Telekind who was very adept in telekinesis. She would use her abilities to either create kind shields or levitate various extremely sharp blades and then attack you with them. Through training, she's become a very powerful and very deadly inquisitorial agent, although she was able to use her abilities prior to being found. In his early career, Inquisitor Isaac—
Hold on, yo, Majorkill, yo, what's the rush? What you rushing for, yo? Yo, talk a little bit more about the girl. Man.
Horn was also classed as a Zeta or Psyker, perhaps even a tier below at Eta, due to his powerful mental psychic abilities, but lack of ability to manifest them as stuff like fire or lightning, at least not until later in his—
Boy, he must got the Krabby Patty secret formula in his book. Bro, y'all see how locked up this book is? I hope my face cameras are covering up. Man, he got like 8 locks around this thing. Bro, he got a bike chain around this thing. I see him with the Gucci belt though.
Life, where he became overpowered as fuck. Next up, we have the Delta tier, which ranges from Delta to Gamma. This is the final tier where the Imperium believes you can be a stable Psyker and an asset to the Emperor. Any higher than this and you have a high chance of mental instability, and demons would be crowding around your soul like a bunch of teenagers around Sky Bree. Even at this level, you still have a lot of risks and need to be found early to have a genuine chance of becoming a fully stable servant of the Emperor. A lot of Primaris battle Psykers are around the Delta to Gamma class and use their gifts to massive effect on the battlefield, creating large shields, throwing tanks around, and the like. This is also the tier when you can officially start shooting lightning out of your dickhole, so congratulations on that one. The legendary Inquisitor Gideon Ravenor was considered to be a Delta to Gamma class Psyker. However, when he was severely burnt and placed into a life support hover chair that had psychic amplifiers on it, his power increased to become Beta or Alpha, with someone even once referencing him as Alpha Plus in the lore. I disagree with that rating, but Gideon has done some pretty dope shit with his mind, including firing a psychic turbo laser, possessing his allies from kilometers away and turning them into super soldiers while he does so, and resisting the psychic attack of multiple Chaos Space Marine sorcerers at once. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Eisenhorn was also considered to be a Delta or Gamma class Psyker when he forged his heretical staff, thus allowing him to really start manifesting devastating powers.
Hey, Eisenhorn, man, you Eisen dripped out. Man, look at the drip. You look at the, oh my, I can't even talk. Look at the ice on him, bro. He got the pocket watches and everything, Gucci belt and everything.
Even once perma-killing a demon due to a power overload, something that is incredibly hard to do. Orc Weird Boys can also be considered to be around this level, although as I said, the scale was only designed for humans. Now we get to the spicy naughty tiers. First up with the Beta tier, which ranges from Beta to Alpha. This level of Psyker is extremely rare. After all, the previous tier of Delta to Gamma only happened for 1 in a billion births, so imagine how rare—
Yo, wait, don't the Emperor like kill like 1,000? Well, he don't really kill him, but don't he like be using like 1,000 Psykers a day just to keep him alive or something like that? Ain't that like is it like 1,000 or is it like 1,000,000? I think it's one of the two. Bro, hey, if I'm a Psyker, man, yo, stay far away from me, bro. I'm not your, I promise you. I know like every Psyker count, but listen, I don't care. Oh, you're making a sacrifice from the Emperor. Hey, I'm gonna keep it real, bro. Get out of here. Get out of here, bro. Don't even come near me. Talking about some, oh, I'm making a sacrifice for the Emperor and I'm contributing. No, I don't want to contribute to nothing, bro. Leave me alone. There's millions of Psykers out there. Go use them first. Go use them. And then after 1,000 days, come to me then. Yo, by the time 1,000 days is up, I'm out of here, bro.
This one would be, as a general rule of thumb, the human body is not suitable to be an Alpha tier Psyker. Even Beta tier is too high for most people, but Alpha is really rough. Even if found early and trained, more often than not, this level of Psyker will either accidentally kill themselves or go insane from the pressure of the warp on their brain. However, not everyone can't handle being an Alpha. Some Psykers of this level have the willpower to maintain their sanity and can end up doing pretty great things for the Imperium. If you know, the Sisters of Silence don't slice their balls off and feed them to the Emperor first. Beta is about as high as Eisenhorn is right now, especially after he recently managed to kill a fucking Chaos Dreadnought with his sword, whilst Ravenel could be considered to be alpha at most. These
Slicing what off? They slicing who off? Oh lord.
are two very exceptional men who had to level up to reach this tier, so as you can imagine the challenge of some kid who was born like this. At the alpha level, a Psyker could cause calamity, massive earthquakes, firestorms, mass psychosis, you name it. They are also a yummy treat for demons who will attempt to use them as living warp portals in which they could invade a world from. In terms of the Elder Farseers and Warlocks, they would be around this tier as their biology is significantly more suitable towards being a Psyker. After that now, we have the Alpha Plus tier, a leap and bound more powerful than even the Alpha tier. These Psykers are fucked and in almost every case, crazy as hell. Fortunately, most of them manage to kill themselves due to how raw and over the top their power is, but if they're able to survive long enough for Custodes.
So they're like the Psyker crash outs, y'all. These are like the, hey, these are the Psykers like that you don't even want to come across, bro. These are the Psyker crash outs.
Find them, it can be pretty problematic, since Alpha Plus Psykers can blow up Titans with a thought, cause the death of entire worlds, and summon legions of demons without effort. Whenever an Alpha Plus Psyker is identified, elite kill teams of Sisters of Silence supported by significant inquisitorial elements are sent to go kill them. If possible, they will capture them, as being able to study an Alpha Plus Psyker would be nuts, but most of the time that's impossible. If you wonder why the lore rarely ever features Alpha Plus Psykers, it's because A, they are rare as hell, B, if they do get born, they often die very quickly due to their own power consuming them, and C, even if they do survive, they are super hard to train, hence most of their power is locked away as they don't have the mental discipline to access it. The very, very, very rare times there's an Alpha Plus Psyker that's trained and can access all their power is when very problematic shit happens. This may surprise you, but the Psyker power tier lists actually go higher than this. After all, the Emperor exists, and he would squash an Alpha Plus Psyker with a thought.
Yeah, hey, if this was like a tier list, the Emperor is definitely like S tier or Z tier, whatever you want to call it. He's definitely at the top of the list, no lie.
However, the tier system gets a bit confusing. After Alpha Plus, it starts to go back down the list, but gets more powerful. Hence, a Beta Plus Psyker is stronger than an Alpha Plus, while a Gamma Plus Psyker is stronger than a Beta Plus, and so on. There is pretty much no reference in the lore to confirmed Beta Plus Psykers and stronger, other than people like Malkador, who may have just been a trained Alpha Plus with the added benefit of being a Perpetual, or the Emperor, who is the fucking Emperor. However, it does state that a Gamma Plus is the highest tier ever registered, maybe that being because of the Emperor. Psykers like Ahriman, Magnus the Red, and Mephiston would easily be above Alpha Plus, probably around the Beta Plus or Gamma Plus for Magnus. Technically, the scale goes even higher, with Delta Plus, Epsilon Plus, and so on, all the way to Omega Plus, which is so retardedly powerful it's not even fathomable. Like, I don't even think the old ones were that powerful. It's theorized that Zeta Plus is the highest level of a Psyker that can physically exist within living tissue. You'd be a vegetable that would probably just explode after being born. If you were somehow able to live and control your powers, I'd expect you'd be able to pluck stars from the sky and throw them across the galaxy. So that's the tier list, but I want to quickly brush up on librarians and where they fit, as they
I was just about to say, yo, the librarians, do they count or no?
all seem to be very powerful, easily Delta and above. But is that because the legions only choose that level, or does becoming a Space Marine enhance a Psyker's power? Well, often a Psyker has to limit their own power lest they self-immolate or get railed by demons. However, a Space Marine's body can withstand significantly more pressure, with their mind being significantly more shielded from possession in the warp. So a Zeta tier Psyker who could push themselves to Delta, but would probably die in the attempt, would suddenly be able to comfortably be a Delta if they became a Space Marine due to their mind's and body's newfound ability to withstand more pressure, if that makes sense. So yes, becoming a Space Marine will enhance a Psyker's power and potential. If you enjoyed the video and you want to support the channel, then
shout out to our boy Majorkill, man, for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, man. We're that close to 8,000 subscribers, and I'm gonna see you other day. Out. Peace out.